5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and action.
Cheers.
And cheers.
How you doing, love?
I am doing great.
It's good to see you.
It's always good
I
to
missed
see you.
you.
You know what? I'm learning to take compliments, and that's something you've taught me to do.
Yeah.
So I'm so glad that you're here, and it's good to see you too.
You're doing pretty well, love. So
You're doing not bad
You
yourself.
look beautiful, by the way.
I don't understand why you're wearing these shorts on set today.
I don't look
'cause-
nice in shorts, huh? Hi, guys. I don't look nice, huh?
I mean, as my brother, you should not be flaunting with my legs like
Nice,
this. You should have some dignity.
Sorry, this one also. Even people from Congo also. Imagine they don't even. Guys, welcome to the third
episode
of the Chezzy and Chills podcast.
Third. We've done well. Why?
We've done well. Guys,
Kutali mwamfumia inewo.
we are on number 3 because of you.
Because of everybody out
And I
there.
hope you guys have been sharing the links to subscribe, to share, to like everything with your peoples. We really appreciate the feedback. Otherwise, did we have? We had comments, eh?
We had a lot of comments. So season 2, yeah. One of us is drunk today, and it's not links. Did I say season 2? On episode 2, we had a lot of amazing comments. And first of all, I was blown away by the number of people that we had 0 negative comments. For me, that's a bit scary.
Because
We can't be this right all the time.
is that you understand?
When you know when you've been raised that you feel like a disappointment half the time, and then you're not disappointing, you malfunction.
from nowhere,
I feel like I've malfunctioned.
there's a lot of questions.
Yeah. So we're just going to give some honorary mentions on some of the most amazing comments we've had during the week. And this is off YouTube. So you guys, thank you so much. If you've subscribed, you've hit that notification button, and you're just tuned in. There's somebody who was like, I sat home and I binged Chezzy and Chills the whole day.
I saw that comment. Big
I'm like,
man.
bruh,
Chess.
it's been 2 episodes. You did not sit the whole day.
No, but if you sat through Onan, both of them,
It's 2 episodes.
commendable. That's commendable because both of them is like 3 hours.
Back to back.
It not be easy.
You guys.
Chief, I owe you much. We owe you much.
Me, I'll drop it down for you if you ever want it.
This one.
So wait. One of the things I like is this person says that YOLO says that you guys are just awesome, 100%. This is really enjoyable from start to finish. Please, I need the Chezzy t-shirt. Don't forget me. We got you, YOLO. And then this other person said that we have a good dynamic. I'm trying to find that. Joseph said 2 episodes down, I'm already a fan. Keep it up, team. And then the one I want us to talk about today, somebody said that, I can't find him. There are a lot of comments, but somebody said that it's about time that you and I Links came up with a name. Yeah, this is Rimsy411. He says,
For the fans.
wait, you'll have to come up with a name for you. For you, he says for you, but obviously meant us.
There's a quemo.
You have to come up with a name for us as your fans. So, have you thought of any name we're going to give our fans? Me, I have, because me, I'm like that.
We have.
What is the name you would give our fans?
You know, off the top, huh? No.
I might have a name.
Because I was going to say the CCs because of CC, but it's Mawan, you see. It sounds like an insult. Okay, what?
Here's the name I'm going to give our fans. Tell me if you like it. Are you ready?
I am.
Because we're family, I think our fans should be called the Chezmates.
Cheers.
Cheers! That's good, eh? The Chezmates, right? So
Don't tell us what you
Chezmates,
guys think.
classmates,
Is
tell us what
Chessmates
you...
good for you guys?
I think
Our
it's-
Chessmates.
Our Chezmates, yeah? Bruh, Chezmates, what are we doing over the
No,
weekend?
that actually makes sense.
Makes sense, eh? Chezmates. I like it.
Sweetie pie. You gave me a story. At my Rense bunch.
Ah, boy. My weekend. My week was dramatic. I need a drink.
What good?
Because black people will not let me down. Black people will not disappoint me.
What happened?
My loine kufam. Because everybody thinks, oh, I have such a lavish lifestyle. Everybody sees me online. I'm always doing something fun and fancy. Guess what I was doing yesterday? I think, I sent you a video, but it didn't go through. Remember when you sent me that picture where you were drunk?
No problem. Me?
You?
I was drunk.
Guy. Links is synonymous with nakolewa. Anyway, I was trying to send you a video when you sent me a photo. But before that, I had the worst day ever.
What happened?
These guys.
Are my eyes fine?
Your eyes are...
Yeah.
I've seen them better.
I didn't put eye drops today.
You had a rough weekend.
You know what the rough weekend?
Huh? Yoga?
Your father.
My father died. How many times did I tell you that? My Bemba is improving. So anyway, yesterday I was at the farm and my job was to sell cabbages. And these guys came through to the farm and they wanted to buy cabbages. They came in the morning, they bought a bunch of cabbages, I think 30 or so, and they left. They came at 1 p.m. to buy more cabbages. And then when they came at 1 p.m., they bought them. You know, we're cheap, you guys. If you ever want cabbages, hit me up. Our cabbages are just like 7 kwacha. Yeah, for Chiho big ass cabbage.
Big head.
Hey, cheap, big cabbage. So these guys come and they're like, no, we don't want them at 7 kwacha, we want them at 5 kwacha. I'm like, bruh, you were here in the morning, you know, we're charging 5 kwacha. 7 kwacha, sorry. Didn't these guys just decide to attack me personally? Pari my cabbage. That 1 kwacha.
How many were there?
They just wanted 6 cabbages.
No, how many were there?
There were
People.
2.
There were-
This come a guy with dreadlocks here. He's acting like me. I didn't have that hairstyle for like 3 years. Kemboni tukana. What do? You do nothing. You've got no customer care. No man is ever going to marry you. Look at yourself. You should be a tattoo artist because all you have my tattoos. What? The nigga was too stunned to speak. You know what I did? I went home. Ninalila. I felt bad
By the
because
way, emotional. You.
I'm emotional. You know how emotional I get.
But did you sell them the cabbages?
Yes, I'm like, get the damn cabbages. But I was petty. I was going to pay for them myself. But then they ended up calling the person who actually owned the farm.
What tattoo artist? You should invest in a machine. That's what
For what? No, shout out to my guy who does my tattoos. He does amazing work. But anyway, it wasn't nice. But then it made me realize that the economy is bad.
It's really bad.
Bangakutuka Nepali, hello, they bought them at 6 kwacha in the morning.
Is this some people who are abusing or harassing people on the internet? Shani, Vijavaso. You
But-
just wake up, you're upset.
Pissed off.
Guys, the economy is hammering everyone. Just be kind, man.
Man.
Why you...
And don't put people's personal like just because I look crazy, you don't have to come to the farm and say that you do nothing. Umankala chepa nyumba. You know how hard I work. Eh? Have I ever not replied to you even at 3 in the morning?
Yeah, wow.
I
Appreciate that from...
I appreciate you too.
Sure.
I'm learning to get the compliments. But how was your week? Tell me about it. I'm friends with jobs.
First, in Bachani, 3 November.
Kapena,
I'm already in injury week. It is not looking lacquer for me. Sometimes I wonder, is the Lord still my shepherd? Because things are not moving well. But anyway, we're hoping for the best. This is my birthday month.
Is it on the 16th?
This chige also, huh?
The things I'm going to do for you and to you.
I'm shy.
I'm taking your birthday personal.
Aye.
Because I don't feel like you have had, apart from family, I don't think you have had women in your life appreciate you the way you deserve to be appreciated. The things I want to do to you. Are you ready?
I am.
We should probably do a vlog about your birthday.
I think that would be a very good idea.
And the other thing was your trending video of everybody thinking you're 22 years old. Please address the nation because me, I've got a lot of problems because of you.
I gave you my age. Where's it?
Hello, first of it wasn't even a rage, it was your driver's license. Let's start there. I've never seen your rage. I've never seen the Tuma lines on your rage.
It's supposed to be on my side here.
Because now me, I'm getting things like, Stu, you should take it easy on
I
Links
was
as
born
a
in
child.
202.
Negro.
It's not your.
Black
it's
Panther.
not your age. It's not your age. It's me
Light
who's saying.
skin. Light
What are you
skin.
saying?
Hello, at
Look,
this.
the way I look at the way I look like a
Some
baby.
of the comments, some people are the comments. Some of them are like, you have been 22 for 10 years.
Those are people who don't know me.
What?
They don't know me, or they don't know the real me.
Links.
I used to lie to them.
When now you think that you have a face of a 22-year-old.
Look, don't I look like a baby?
You don't.
Even when I got married, they said it's early marriages.
22. When?
The police even came. They almost arrested my wife. No, you son.
He's not 22. He does not even have a wife. His ring is for opening beer bottles.
Are we friends?
We are not friends at this moment because you know what?
You see,
I'm
because
tired.
even at church when I went today, they told me that don't drink. They were preaching about beer, and then I realized that I'm too young to drink beer. So at the age of 22, someone must do something better than take alcohol, because I've been getting a lot of rebuking. No, you're too young for alcohol, Shani. So I started drinking Evie.
I even got
This is a lot of
DMs.
sugar.
I got DMs at Links 22. Are you sure? Still,
There are those who are firing me.
they
I'm
felt like
embarrassed.
Tuma pedos.
I'm embarrassed. I feel like a pedo because I didn't know he's that young. Shani.
The irony of you not knowing an R. Kelly song and being called a pedo. It's not lost on me.
It's about being a fan of someone at the end of the day.
Ah,
I told you I didn't know that song because I'm young.
Links, you know that
One,
song.
two. Okay, from back then, I think 2002, year of birth, then 2005. So I got active as a listener of music around, 2012. I was 10 years old, I think. Somewhere
Can you
there.
drop this act, please? Me, I'm tired.
No, it's facts.
Huh? It's not facts.
So the artist, I even told you that time. The artist, I
This
remember
man has
Chameleon.
voted at least 3 times. 3 times minus presidents that died while on the
I forged my RRC.
nothing.
Just to vote.
Vashkulile. You want to make me look like I'm way older than you. People even give comments that no, I like it, especially with the age dynamic difference. Negro, what age dynamic? Me, I look like a cradle snatcher.
It's over 10 years difference.
You know who's over 10 years? Your mother.
Hey, fool, get out.
You are
Let's
a
get
fool.
into it. my love.
Let's get into it. So today I decided that, like, first of all, the first episode we talked about dynamics. The second episode we talked about monogamy. But the third one, I want us to talk about boundaries. Boundaries between, boundaries in love, boundaries in family, boundaries in friendship. Because if it's one thing that our country people fail to understand also is boundaries. So I think the first thing I want to talk about, or I want to ask you is, have you ever felt like your boundaries have been crossed, like any time in your life?
Yes. With relationships, with family, work. I think there has been a time when my boundaries were crossed and I did not appreciate that. If you are seeing this, you will know that it's you I'm talking about. So, with relationships, not so... Okay, no, it's been a while back. There was this young lady I was seeing some time back. I can't say we're in a relationship.
Because you didn't make it official because that's your thing?
That's my thing, love. I'm glad you're on board. Yeah, so this girl decided that it's a good idea to clone my WhatsApp.
Shut the front door.
Yes, so me, I'm sleeping. She woke up. She felt very creative at 03. Got my phone. I don't even know how they do those things. So in the morning, I'm just seeing this woman is very excited. She's very happy. It's like, what go on, my dear? Was that Sarah Paroja? Too happy. And then she just said nothing. Just brushed it off. So during the day, it was a Saturday. I was by KCC having a few with a friend. Then she asked me, where are you? Where are you? Veins on weekend, Yama setting.
Yeah.
So where are you? So I didn't give her accurate information. I didn't lie. I just didn't give her accurate information. I stood there. I mentioned the constituency I was in.
Links, the problem
Not
with you,
what?
first, before you continue, you have a way of coloring lies. You have a way of coloring lies. In that you are saying, I did not necessarily lie.
I didn't tell her where I was, but I mentioned the constituency I was in. You understand?
How big are constituencies?
They're big.
Anyway.
Just know I'm within the area.
Go on. What did you tell this lovely lady?
So I told her I'm in Chilenje. When I was at KCC, that's Kabwata.
Yeah.
Did I lie? Did I lie? What constituency is that even? Is that Chawama?
I don't even know.
Hey, no, I was within, so at least she got the idea. What are you doing? Who are you with? So she read all my chats with the person I went to drink with. And that's
Who did you go to drink with is the question.
a very good friend of mine from,
A woman.
from Quito. Chiole.
A female.
Yes.
Ah.
Very lovely girl. So she had just come from Quito. So having a few drinks. Non-sexual. It was just drinks. But this young lady was trying to catch me sleeping on the job. You, I hope you've stopped those manners. So yeah, she did actually clone my WhatsApp. And then she said, no, I know you're by KCC. Now the alcohol in my head finished because how does she know this? So I checked my settings on WhatsApp. Then I saw it. This one is cloned to this phone. It wasn't lacquer for her.
But then, like, it goes back to the first episode we had, whether on are you dating or dating alone? And also the fact that I called you a love bomber. Because the problem with you, Lynx, can I get into this?
Tell me.
The problem with you, Lynx, is that you don't know when to stop. You give every woman the same story. You give every woman the same story. That means that you, as a person, you cannot claim that your boundaries. Okay, yes, she went overboard by cloning your WhatsApp. But when you give every woman the same story, you are not holding yourself accountable for anything. Do you blame women when they want to hold you accountable?
Why are you holding me accountable? Much boyfriend?
Why are you giving boyfriend material when you are not a boyfriend?
It is not giving boyfriend material. It's simply being a good person to someone. This is what you people don't understand. you have been through the worst. The slightest show of affection, falling. That's a problem.
My problem with you as a person, that was deep. My problem with you is that you are afraid of accountability. And when a woman holds you accountable for something that you've done, all of a sudden is, she's infringing on my personal space.
That's exactly what
she
she's
is
doing.
revoking my boundaries, blah, blah, blah.
Which ones are your rights to ask me or to question me on my actions? I can't even be happy. I'm out there having a drink with someone who's also not my girlfriend, just like you who's not my girlfriend. Why do you have to have a problem?
So why give her the time and attention of her feeling like she's your girlfriend?
That's a very tricky question.
No, because at the end of the day, she would get entitled to that.
That's the right word.
Entitled.
Why are you entitled to someone who's not even your partner? These things, they start very well. You've made an agreement.
Yes.
No strings attached.
Nothing, yes.
Then from nowhere, the strings that
they start
doing
changing.
Like a banjo now.
It becomes like like the bungee cord when you go bungee jumping. Have you done that? Are you into extreme?
No. I'm too black for that.
I am into extreme sports, by the way.
Umaoneka.
I once went to this illegal jacuzzi at the Victoria Falls. Two German had to make me walk across this ledge, and then I had to get into this jacuzzi. It's not the devil's pool. It's just a jacuzzi with this rope. I went there.
The hot spring?
No. It's like right on the top of the Victoria Falls where it just like topples over. Uzwatiku Devil's Pool, it's very expensive. It's over $100. But I found these Tumarastas. They're like, we'll take you to the jacuzzi for like 350 kwacha.
People pay to attempt death.
Do you think the jacuzzi the Devil's Pool is cheap?
I thought it's free.
Brother.
No, because why do you notice
90% of people who go to the Devil's Pool are either foreigners or they're black people with money, because it's very expensive. So there's an alternative which is called the jacuzzi. It's right at the edge. Like you have to, like where the water is like going like that. There's a ledge. You have to like do one step at a time. Nobody in the world knew where I was. I had to do that. And then I got there at the jacuzzi, and then they said that there are hoses right in the jacuzzi where I have to put my 2 feet inside. And once I put my 2 feet in, then I look down and the waterfall is falling. That is the poor man's alternative of the Devil's Pool. And that's what I did. It was magical.
But you even Zingati?
350.
Was it a free advert for you?
No, no. But my point is that, what was my point? My point is that
you're attacking me. That's my point.
I'm not attacking you, but my point is that the problem is that you like to okay, this is a personal attack. Maybe it's about boundaries. The fact that somebody thinks that they're comfortable with you in their space, in each other's space, they are entitled to knowing where you are. Kono you, deceitful.
Me.
Do you think that it's wrong for partners to know where the other person is at all times?
No, it's not wrong. If that's your boyfriend and that's your girlfriend, their rights there, you have to find out where they are. For safety purposes, just knowing where they are. But if that person is not your partner, mind your business. Maybe you care too much. But if you care too much about me, it's you who cares. That's your program. That's your program. I'm not entitled. I'm not what? I'm not supposed to. I'm not in any position to tell you where I am or Shani, because why? And then what? No. So I want gents, please do not allow these women to treat you like prisoners or Shan. If you do not have any relationship with her, she has no right to pressure you. You understand? Be tough. Oh, for male man. Come on.
My problem for me is, the problem I have is that as a woman, when I enter a relationship, I don't know if I'm that person who is on the verge of, I want a brother, I want a man, but I don't want a man. In that, I want you there, but I don't want you there all the time.
You're an ambivert.
Huh?
You're an ambivert.
Ambivert. Explain to me what an ambivert is. I can't even pronounce it.
There's introvert and extrovert. So in the middle, there's
In
ambivert.
the middle.
So sometimes you want interaction, sometimes you do not want interaction.
I don't want, like, I even told you, I'm a lover of love. I love love. I love everything that comes with love. But on top of everything, I love my personal space. I'm the kind of person who, if I'm at my own apartment, you are not coming to my house without calling me. Whether you're my mother,
Those are bad manners.
my cousin, I do not like people saying, oh, I was just in the neighborhood, I came to say hi. I'm not that kind of person, because I love my space so much. And if I let you into my space, you should know that it's a privilege and it's not a right.
Good manners actually allow somebody to call before they come.
Exactly.
It's just proper etiquette.
Exactly. Me, I can go if I'm dating someone 4 days without contacting them. And then all of a sudden, I am the problem. Because I've been quiet for 4 days. But then, like, you don't understand that that's how some of us also, when we hibernate.
What was the reason for not contacting me in 4 days?
The last 4 days, I was keeping distance from you because
I'm 22.
No.
Because why?
Why are you asking this question now? Did I not contact you? It wasn't 4
We
days.
always
Links,
plan.
it was 2 days. It was only 2 days that we didn't
it
meet.
was 3.
It was 2 days.
No.
Links, we
I
didn't
counted
talk.
72 hours.
It was just 48
Because
hours.
I was wondering why. Because you always share with me plans and programs for the
Do
coming
you
days.
ever share with me plans and programs?
I contact you to ask.
You
so that
never
we can
do.
Build rapport and come
There's
up with
no
a-
rapport between us. I'm always the one who is instigating. I'm always an instigator. When you just receive.
I thought you are the head of this house.
I'm not the head of this house. I do not want and I refuse that responsibility of being the head of any house. And that's another conversation we need to have, right?
Look at your mother, feminist. She has refused.
I refuse, because at the end of the day, first of all, it was not 72 hours things. It was 48 hours. And when you finally contacted me, what did you say? You were like, oh my gosh, Stu has been MIA, but I don't want her to know that I've been worried that she's been MIA. So you decided to approach me like a 45-year-old man. You remember the message you sent me?
What is it?
You messaged me like a papa. Ati, I miss you, dear.
Missing you, dear.
Missing you, dear. I'm not taking that seriously. You know?
But you didn't think I missed you.
Did you miss me?
I did.
No, you
So much.
didn't.
I'll tell you after the podcast.
You have my number, you have my everything. So if you
And Zakucheza.
we kulibe.
Okay, so we're talking about
Let's
this girl.
bound-
Then there
yes.
was they asked me about, so this family also. The boundary family is going to cross is to ask me about marriage. I've made it very clear. I've made it very clear. I don't want to get married. Not now, not in the next life. I've told Lillian, I've told Fryness, my Gogo.
If Virgo was Miss Fridays.
Gogo gives me stress at 05 hours. Konko. 3 for 1 kashipana. I don't want to say a lot of things, but no. So those boundaries have been crossed several times. Also, two, with family. There are times when family thinks because their family can touch your stuff anyhow. Jeremiah, Tabitha, behave. Buba.
A lot of shout outs. For me, like I have a grandmother who we are still not able to determine how old she is, but we went to the hospice to see her last Sunday. And one of the things we discovered is she said that when she was in school, Kenneth Kaunda was already crawling. She doesn't know how old she is. So Kenneth Kaunda was born in 1924, right? My grandmother would be, if Kenneth Kaunda was born in 1924, in 2024 he would be 100. And she still remembers when Kenneth Kaunda was crawling. So we don't know how old this lady is.
I think she was born in 1836. Just find out.
But anyway,
Track back with
we
me.
go to the hospital at the hospice. I look exactly like her, weirdly. She's my grandmother's sister. And I ask, I'm like, Gogo, do you know who I am? And then she goes, she calls me by my English name. Anyway, I'll share my English name. Janet. Then I'm like, yes, grandma, it's me, Janet. Then she goes, Olina Imvi. That's what you call it. I'm like, no, I accidentally dyed my hair blonde. Then she goes, this woman is very sick. She just goes, that's why Zugonesa go pesa mwamuna. What she does is, what Imvi? Ndana zaka go funa. And I'm like, bruh, you have bigger problems to worry about. Like, for instance, the Lord calling you home. Wait. You know? But like, for me as a... you as a person who is in his alleged 20s, but we all know you're in your early 30s. And me as a woman, let's throw it. Wait, you even went for grooming?
I do?
You went for grooming.
I look fresh, yeah?
You've done your beard, you've done your hair.
Good look, yeah?
Even after my dimples.
You even forgetting your grandma. Go
Anyway, my grandmother. I would not persuade, I'm a tough one. So my grandmother, right? What was I saying about my grandmother?
She's dying. Was she dying?
I
She's
don't
dead,
know.
yeah.
She's alive. She made it.
Yeah, she's
she made
showering
it.
you. She's talking about
Yes,
you,
but my point is, as a woman who is in her 30s, I feel like when you reach a certain age, people decide that they're going to cross boundaries with you. They do not care about your emotions. They do not care about your state of mind. They do not care about your mental health. They only care about whether or not certain things are going the direction that they anticipate. As somebody who is popular on Facebook, remember the other day you messaged me and you're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm going to pound. And you're laughing. You're like, oh, go pound the way they pound you on the weekend. Remember?
Yeah.
Did you see the video where I actually was pounding?
Yeah, I saw that from.
Yes. So you find that people feel entitled to ask me about my personal choices because they feel that I've reached an age where...
Societal expectations.
Exactly.
That's a whole big problem.
It's a whole big problem.
They start talking about biological clock and what. Stick to your biological clock, chief. They want to force their idea of life onto somebody else. What if your plan for life is not to get married or not to have kids or not to marry or something? But those are their goals. So they've failed to. A lot of them actually have failed to that trajectory. So they want to project now
That on
their
you.
ideas on other people, and
Yeah.
that's wrong, guys. Come on, 2024. You want, it's your personal path and journey. Everyone has a personal path. They want someone for ukupa,
If you're poor.
kwatavana, and whatnot. No, we all know what we want at the end of the day. Because for some people, I've met people who've said, if I had kids, I feel like they would deter me from achieving certain things. And that's true. For most, I've seen people who dropped out of school because they got pregnant. You see? They lost focus on their jobs and their businesses because they decided to have kids. And then others did well when they had kids because they decided to work harder.
Yeah.
You see, so tuwaripsana.
Yeah.
All of us have different goals, objectives for our lives. So I don't think it's right that this has to go on. I know there are these traditional people who might comment and say, oh, there's nothing we're saying, but no, guys. Back then, the education was just for a few people. So now with education, they say it's the great equalizer. So with education, we are told that umuntu, this one will go this side, this one will go this side. At the end of the day, it's what works best for you. You get me?
But then there are also women like me. Everybody always thinks that I am a woman who's against marriage.
Yeah.
But for me, I believe in marriage.
Okay.
But I believe in marrying the person that's right for me. It's not that I'm mid-30s now. It's not that I don't want to get married, right? But it's that I want to marry somebody who compliments me and who meets me at my wavelength, and somebody who I can be like, okay, this is it. Because me, when I get married, I don't think I want to get married again. I want to be like, I'm married and this is it. And I want to meet somebody. You know, the problem with us who are like free spirits, like I've got a lot of comments where people call me like, oh, you're such a free spirit, just because I do not settle for the dynamic that is expected of women, especially in Zambia.
Yeah.
Or like, oh, you should be like this, you should behave like that, you should present yourself like that. I want to meet a man who is just like me, and a man who are like, I'm in a marriage, but I feel like I'm married to my
Best
friend. If I'm a best friend though, I said friend because if I'm a best friend, my
But
handshake.
how do you know somebody's right for you?
I will know. That's my point. I will know.
Guesswork.
And it's not guesswork. I will feel it. I will know and I'll understand and
Because me, I don't know how many times I felt like this one is the one for me. Then they made me eat sand. To eat sand so properly, to chew glass eventually. Because you expected so much from them. You think at uyu, they were men. So it's really, I think it's hard to tell.
Kali problem also, especially when it comes to me, I feel like with womanhood, because of the expectations that people have, we end up pretending to be something that we're not, so we can get men to actually like us and be like, oh, this person is like this and like that. Like, you know, the way like a woman who has been a whore all her life, all of a sudden wakes up and she says, you know what? I need a good man, and she goes to the church. Can't say the Negro, who's also been a whore all his life, is saying the same thing. He goes, you know what? I'm done playing. I go to. So if you mahule, vipeza na mchechi.
And then at the end of the day, after everything has died out, the woman ends up blaming the man
For
when all
what?
this while she's been pretending to be who she's not.
We don't
That's what happens.
like. Would you as a man accept a woman in her raw natural form?
Yes, personally, I would.
Bull
Yes.
crap.
No.
Bull.
Better on Dangshanan Kane, the OG template. Instead of you lying to me with your, is it a facade?
Facade, yeah.
Yes.
They see with the Hey, it's a
You're
facade.
giving me something that's not OG. Better on Dangsha, so that I know how to carry you now from there. Let me know your real, true form, so that I pick it up from there.
It's not all the time that men want us in our raw form.
Because even if you bring me a Kaswende, I understand. That's my fault. I knew all along.
Wait, hold up. Wait.
What?
How does it reach that level?
No, because you're understanding, a woman real form. So just in case something like that happens, I won't blame her. It is me who made the decision to be with her, knowing who she really is.
Yeah.
She's a shower. But I decided to.
So do you think, as a man, do you think that women who are in their 30s who have not yet found partners, are we like damaged goods? Do you think we're damaged goods?
You're not damaged goods.
Well, what?
A lot of you have unrealistic expectations.
That's another thing.
You look like a Datsun, but you want to be carried like a Mercedes. You see, that's where the pressure comes in. And you know, like a Datsun I'm talking about.
Like a Datsun.
Yes, that's the one. No matter what Datsun it smokes. Come in, that's all.
Are you calling women over 30 Datsuns?
No. I'm not calling everybody that. I'm giving an example. For example, that's who. That people don't carry themselves well. No self-respect, no nothing. But what she's expecting is way, way beyond what she is. You see, that's a problem. So sometimes lower your standards. I've been talking about this. I'm not insulting anybody. But at some point in life, you are... No.
Me, the conversation I also want us to have today is that, especially when we talk about boundaries and dynamics in relationships between men and women, right? You find that as much as we're in the new age, it's a new era, men and women are all of a sudden,
Yeah.
you find that the expectations on a woman have evolved. We are getting a generation of men who are also entitled. to benefiting from women's sacrifices. Don't give me that eye. We have a generation of men that are entitled to benefiting of women's sacrifices while literally providing the bare minimum. For instance, if I was interested in marrying a man or was interested in a man will literally come to me and tell me that he is interested in someone who's more like a traditional wife, who wants a woman who is presenting.
who you are.
No. Bruh, don't get me wrong. I might have tattoos, I might have piercings.
But okay.
I can cook you chikanda if I want to. I can sashila your lumanda. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My point is that we have women who are not only qualified for their jobs in society, but they're qualified for the jobs of men in society. So even if you're in a relationship or in a marriage, right? The man is going to go for work and he's going to come back home. What he wants to do is just sit down. But the woman is going to go to work, right? She's going to come back. She has to look out for the laundry. She has to check out on what the kids are up to. She has to make sure that there's dinner ready, food, meal preps, everything is done for the day. While you come home and you relax. So at the end of the day, you find that women are doing your part. You're part of the responsibility, yeah? Because she's bringing home money on the table that you as a man are benefiting from. But at the end of the day, you expect her to do part of your chores, part of your duty, and also part of her own duty. So we have a lot of women that are tired and exhausted, while we have men who are like, I want my wife to be like this. Bro, you want your wife to be like this, but you don't understand that she is taking on 2 roles more than you. And that's what I don't like. And that's the other reason why I'm afraid to find myself with a man who is just going to be dependent on me. Especially these Marios in Lusaka now, like the ones you talked about last week. These Marios who bring nothing but luga on the table, but then they want you to go to work, gain money, come home.
He's not using your car.
Do you stay in your house, watch your television? They even ask, baby, you didn't pay for Netflix this month. Like, the audacity.
Eat your baby's cornflakes as well.
Eat your baby's yogurt. It's always the yogurt for Lushomo. You know, at the end of the day, you're like, it's not fair that men, as much as you guys want women who are independent, you want women who are independent, but women who are also going to take care of you. You want submissive providers. Have you ever heard of that term?
Yes, just recently
Yeah?
I came across.
I feel it as a woman in my 30s, and that's what I'm scared of, marrying someone who's just going to see me as another cash cow.
So it's not, we can't call it balance, eh?
It's not balanced.
Because the woman is doing more roles.
Yes, I
Goes for
personally
work as
think
well,
that.
and
Yes.
then she comes home and does motherly nankana.
And then your pipe game is weak.
Mind your language.
I might as well ride you like that you are on top. Because when you're not giving. You're not giving. Are you giving? Huh?
No, but if we're going to look at ratios of those kinds of men to men who actually provide and uphold their traditional values, I think sensible men outweigh those who are useless. Because yes, there's that beef that men and women are having, especially on the internet. I think real men have no time to actually beef women, especially on the internet. They're out there providing. You see, Mulo wrote some interesting think pieces this week. He was talking about...
Mulo is your think tank.
What do you mean?
Go on.
You've got something?
No, I'm just saying. Keep talking.
That's for after? Yes, he talked about men being sole providers in the home. And I think that those think pieces were worth applauding, because that is who an African man is supposed to be. We've taken up so much of the Western culture, even in the home, and that's a big problem. Take, for instance, Valinks. Yes, I look just like this guy. They like showing light-skinned men and whatnot. But yes, I like to think the man should be the sole provider in the home.
Are you serious?
Let the woman help out where the man is lacking. That is what I believe in. You understand? A man shouldn't do chochise with a woman over bills and whatnot. Because I think in a home where a man is not providing, there's no respect. There's very little respect.
Wait, so you would be uncomfortable being in a relationship with a woman who made more money than you?
My balls would shrink, yes, but I would still understand, because there's love. I love her, she loves me. And then it's by circumstance that I am not earning as much or more than she is. Personally, that's a personal thing. So
You think that when a woman earns more than you, there's less respect in the home?
in most cases, not all, but in most cases.
Don't you think that's a stereotype that you're taught as a man to massage your ego?
It's not a stereotype. It's real life. These are things that are happening. You, especially, I had an uncle. I don't know where he is now. Not really an uncle, but he was dad's friend. His job wasn't as well paying as his wife. Yes. So, in that home, the wife was very respectful up until a certain time when she started yanking him and shani, that kind of thing. And then, that undertones, even in how she speaks to you. That's why I said most and not all. Sometimes your wife will respect you just because you are a husband, and she'll still take that nankane. She'll still say at the head of the house and all that. But in most cases, where more money is coming in from her, you'll even be seeing, if you don't have a car, there's going to be Hilux bringing her home. Then you are just there, just tumbling the tower. It pains.
But when I was younger, I used to date men based on potential. I used to date men based on, one day he's going to do better.
Yeah, that's a mistake.
When I was younger, I'm not saying now.
Unachinja.
Me? I don't date men for potential. At my age, I should date for potential. When is this potential going to turn into kinetic energy
The
or anything else?
battery. You don't believe in the battery?
Battery. In my 30s.
One day the battery will work.
One day in my 30s. Is that a narrative you think us women we should have in our 30s that one day? Bro, my brother, there's a time limit for everything. In my 30s, I'm looking for a match who is going to compliment me. I'm looking for a match who I'm going to build. What are you doing me building you up in your 30s?
Do you think I compliment you?
You compliment me in different ways. Don't do that. It's different. But then again, I thought about it with this dynamic. This one. What I'm trying to say is this. I'm okay with men, personally as a woman, and I know many women, I don't know if I'm speaking for the choir, but I know that a woman is okay with getting paid more than a man. But the problem comes when this man wants total submission when he brings nothing to the table. So you find that this woman is going to work. She's paying all the bills. There are a lot of women in Lusaka, Zambia doing all this. She's going to work. She's paying bills. She's taking care of children, right? She is handling PTA meetings. She's handling water bills, electricity bills, and her man is bringing nothing. She goes home. This man, the whole day he's been home, he has done nothing. And he expects her now to get off her, you are a CEO, you're not a CEO in my house. He's not doing anything because I feel that men to an extent, men. Hello? Men to an extent, I personally feel that taking on gender roles that are usually carried by women is a sign of weakness. That's where the problem is. So you find that you're at home, the kids at home. Why didn't you take care of the homework? Why didn't you take care of the things that need fixing in the house? Because now all of a sudden, if you do certain things in the house, you appear feminine, and that is not masculine enough. So at the end of the day, you just rather sit there because you will feel less like a man. Do you get what I'm saying?
I think for those men, it comes from a place of insecurity.
There we go.
You see. So, for the fact that you can't provide for your household, it eats us up as men. We really want, I won't speak for everyone, but most men, the traditional kind, they really want to be there for their family, provide and whatnot. So, when they become toxic from the insecurity, it's because they are trying to compensate for the areas that they are not nankan, that they are not feeling.
Yeah.
So that's where now you see he's raising his voice constantly. He's being abusive. That's where the GBV cases now even come in. This man is just home. Employment is hard. Business is hard. And then he's trying to dominate somehow in the home because that's the only way he can do that. So it's usually from a place of insecurity. And I wish anyone or any of you gentlemen who are going through such a problem, I wish you all the very best. Don't give up. Don't stop applying for jobs. Just keep the fight.
Stop summarizing this.
My next
question is, do you think that talking about gender roles and dynamics in the home, do you think that men who are not contributing as much as women in the house feel inadequate to an extent?
And that also, to add on, actually, I had a 60-year-old man text me sometime last year. He wanted advice from me. I think I was 21 then. He wanted advice from me, and then I had to avail my expertise. I spoke to him, man to man. He was talking about how his inability to provide for his family has affected his sexual performance. That actually enters the chart now. It's bad. I don't know how gents manage. You are struggling, but you're getting a boner.
Yeah.
You don't have a coin, but you want to smash. I don't know how my friends manage doing that.
Time out.
It's bulky. You see,
Yeah.
normal fee as a man, chifure chako kalipati, shikwete olocoin pano. That should drive your senses to looking for money, not a chop. You see, so that man was genuine in his seeking of advice. He said, okay, he came to me asking me what he can use as a booster, because I know one or two things in that field. Go. So yeah, I gave him the advice, and then he came back. I was very thankful. I think he came back 2 weeks later. Mdara akaka drink akamnantandiza. But then the biggest problem is mental health. For as long as you are not right here,
Yeah.
that is not going to be a sustainable solution. You see? So confidence in the bedroom comes from your ability to provide also. If things are going well, your libido is on point.
Yeah.
You see? So that also affects men greatly. And then now these are the frustrations we see on Facebook. This gentleman is just blasting people.
Oh, because he has all the time in the
He's
world.
got all the time and he's frustrated because this side, it's not cutting at home. So better them just lash out at strangers. And that's where it's at. So, yeah. Have I answered your question?
You have. Because also for me, the other thing, I think first of all is, I hate to agree with you, but you're absolutely right. I feel that it's not every man who is entitled to women's money, right? There's some men who honestly are trying to make things work, but things are just not in their favor.
Yeah.
And I don't think we should hold it against those people. The problem then also becomes when your woman starts comparing your inability to provide with other men. Like, you're just seated there. Like, you have made moves, ka? You have made moves, you've made hustles. They're just not meeting.
They're not.
But then now she wants to show you that what you are doing is nothing. How can you get an erection like that?
You can't.
You can't, right?
That's, what's that called? Psychological something. Okay, that's basically torment. It's torture because she's making you feel less of a man.
Exactly.
Every single day.
Yeah.
And then that also drives men to find women who appreciate them. He's going to step out. And then there's this other girl who's making him feel so special.
My bra. Me, if you're in a relationship with me and I'm making more money and I'm giving you money and you're using my money to go to another woman.
No, but just don't shower me when you give me your money.
No, that's another thing.
Now you're
yes.
showering him. Look at all your friends that are doing way better than you. That gives chikongo. Find that this gent, self-esteem goes down. Morale, zero. But he's a trying man. These are the people we should actually give a hand to.
Yeah.
There are men who are not trying at all. Then there are men who are actually pushing every single day. Vinavuta chabi. You see? But one day, chikaturika. You see? So those are the ones who can be at least commended. And then, obviously, whatever pela kwa iya transport, iya internet, kazistani apply, or iya bus, iya taking application letters, that kind of thing.
Applications.
You are helping out that way.
Yeah.
Or you pump in maybe something. Maybe he's got a business idea. You pump in, you get a loan maybe on his behalf, you give him.
Yeah, building.
Yes.
Yeah.
Obviously, he can't forget you. But then they said, no, there are men who are built and then they find their types now after he's well off.
And that's the other thing I am very, very scared of as a woman who, I won't lie, I find myself, okay, wait. Right now, I know financially I'm not my type. Right now,
It's not like
if a man approached me and he said that he wanted me and he was doing better than me, I would say no. because I'm not financially my type. I don't have the money.
You're
I
saying
don't.
no. Why are you saying no?
No. I'm not financially. For me in relationships, I want to meet a man's energy.
Okay.
I don't want to feel like this man has to take care of me. I want to feel like I am taking care of myself and what he gives me is a bonus.
Okay.
You know, I'm not looking for a man to take
Peter.
care. You know what I mean?
To shintira one.
So I know right now in this year of our Lord that me, financially speaking, I'm not my type financially. If I was a male version and I met myself on the street, I'm not dating this. It's not a byproduct I'd like to put on somebody. But like what the point I'm trying to bring across is that the problem then is that women sometimes we know that the men that we're looking or we're going after are not financially in our lane, but we still insist on getting them because one, sometimes we make decisions out of loneliness. Two, we make decisions out of my friends are all doing this. I know this lady, this girl, well to do, comes from a rich family, like not new money. She comes from old money. You can trace who her father is in Zambian history, who her father is and what her father did. She married this guy with nothing. Nothing.
Love.
Like, I'm like, is that love? Again, at the end of the day, do you want to, like, is that love?
He gave her a wild one.
It's not always about chops. But again, we discuss men who've got nothing. They chop the best. Huh? Men,
that's
me,
good,
me, I don't like rich men.
You don't like this one?
Me, rich men.
Hey.
Rich men can chop.
Serious?
No. You know why?
Your grandfather is listening. No.
You know why I'm saying rich men can chop? Hi. I'm saying rich men can chop in that rich men use their influence and affluence to get the kitty cat. Yeah? They do not get it because of skill. They get it because they have something to give.
They have no reason.
They have no reason. You get it? They have no reason, but they have got the mullah. So every woman who is being with them and women who, unfortunately, are attracted to their money. There's this one, I'm sorry, bruh. I'm sorry to put you under the bus. There's this one rich, like, when I tell you this guy was rich, I know you watch this because this guy met me. Can I get deep today?
Please do.
This guy met me at his uncle's funeral. While the uncle's coffin was going down in the ground, he was walking to me to get my number because he...
Shout out, my boy.
God is
Working.
watching. God is watching. While the pallbearers were reeling the coffin into the ground, he's like, I know you from Facebook. I think you're funny. I'd like to get your number. Okubashita.
I've been a volunteer.
He got my number. But then, for me, I discovered that this guy, every time he wanted to see me, he would pay. Me, I'm not the kind of woman who gets things from men. I was never raised like that. My parents would be disappointed if they found out that I get men to pay me to do things.
Yeah.
But this guy would be like, oh, I want you to come swimming. He would pay. He would be like, I want you to come swimming at my house. He would send me money to buy food and buy a brand new bathing costume. You know? And he would send me money to put gas in my car. Then this one time, brother man decided to be risque, and he was in his towel and he was going to bath. And he like, I was at work, at a whole 8 to 5. I was at work. And this man decided to tell me, we're video calling, and he's like, I'm not going to step into the shower. And he was in a towel, and he dropped the towel. First of all,
We're not body shaming anyone.
I'm not body shame. I've killed my story, Links.
No, just go on, Martin.
My point is that because of his affluence and his money, he felt that women are drawn to him. But for me, I'm not that kind of person. I've dated men, honestly, I've dated men who do not have as much money as me. All my life, I'm always the breadwinner in my relationship.
Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a bad thing. It's a bad thing because at the end of the day, I don't know what it feels like to be a woman who is being appreciated for just being a woman.
Ukunda balance, right?
I do.
Yeah.
Do not.
So that's your CV. You want balance. Eh?
You do not twist this upon me.
You said it yourself. If they also had. You want to match the what? The
Yes, I
energy.
do. But I also, at the end of the day, want chivalry. I want a man to do things for me just because he's a man in love with a woman.
That chivalry is dead.
Chivalry is dead.
So we can move on from that.
You who's used to women who do not even what. You who's used to women who can't even spell the word chivalry.
Which ones are those? That's what I told you. My girls are smart. What's your problem, you? She's lying. I didn't tell anything. You. No problem. Just do it. You. Are we done with the first segment?
Yeah. So, wait. We've talked.
Touched pretty much everything.
We haven't.
But no, I mean boundaries.
Boundaries.
Yes.
But then that is boundaries in relationships. But then there's also the other segment of boundaries in friendship.
Oh, yes.
Do you think you've got friends in your life that have chivelish?
You know, the thing is, I don't have many friends.
Really?
Yes. I've got very, very few friends.
How many, like if you had a birthday party today, how many people would show up?
10 or less. Eh?
No.
Then others is, well, acquaintances. Others, colleagues. Yeah, but people I call friends are those who I've known for quite some time, and they've known me also for quite some time. So, yeah, because I think we throw the word friend very loosely. So, but yeah, siba mbili maningi.
The only thing I'm hearing is that you have the same detachment issues with your relationships as you have in friendships.
Not even.
Even.
I haven't had enough time to make friends. Yeah, you see, because sometimes friendships can be disappointing as well. The people you count on are people actually backbiting you. And you know, I've also backbeaten maybe one or two people. And yeah, that's what friendship is about. So if you guys can actually resolve, reconcile and whatnot and keep the blood strong, and those are the few friends I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Shout out to Basacho again. Solid one.
You know, Sergio sent me a message today.
At what?
Because I had made a video. Sergio. And that's another problem I have. You know, when you're spending time with a guy and then his friends become your friends, it's difficult to separate lines.
Oh, yeah, there's that.
You know that, right?
Wait, there's one more shout out I wanted to give. Mr. Kahilu. I don't know if he's watching this. He's been a great friend and we've only met once. Yeah, so there are times I post stories. Those people who say they require help and whatnot. He's always willing to come in and see how best we can help that person and whatnot. So he's been a great friend, not just to me, but to a lot of people. Shout out, Chief. Continue doing the Lord's work. Go on, my love.
For me, like, the problem with friends also is that I'm not the kind of person who is open when I'm going through certain things. Like, me, I'll be at zero kwacha. I'm not going to go around the clock.
Kwacha.
Yeah, used to that color. I would not go around the block telling people that I'm going through something. And the problem, though, is I then expect my friends to actually guess what I'm going through. And then if they don't guess what I'm going through, all of a sudden my friends are bad people. And that is a flaw that I know. I'm not drinking this chima drink like that.
Kuchani cola. That's a lot of sugar.
Disclaimer, Lynx is not drinking today because before you came to meet me, you decided to have fun.
That's why I bought these.
Decided to have fun without me. I
went to church. What do you mean?
I just got... No. I just got the secondary Lynx Lungu today.
I was quim. But anyway, this has helped me so bad.
I'm so disappointed in you.
What's your problem?
I'm disappointed.
For sometimes don't you should keep away from event. Okay?
This is my first drink the whole week.
Finish sharing your story.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is that sometimes with the friend circles also, we cross a lot of boundaries. And for me, I just find myself in a situation where instead of addressing people or meeting up with people, I'd rather just keep to myself.
Okay.
I don't want to go around talking about my problems. Me, I'm the kind of person who, if I am broke, I would die hungry than call somebody and say that I'm broke. Unless I fully trust you to the extent where you'll be like, oh, girl, we can step in and help you. Because I feel like sometimes people end up just judging you like, oh, that girl is broke, you know? And like for me, when it comes to friendship and boundaries, I try so much. 2 weeks ago, naenda kujanite. And this is important because it's a conversation on boundaries. My friend, Big Booty Michelle, was supposed to meet me. And I got there earlier than her. That's the time we were together in the car, and then you had to find a way to move my car. Remember? We're stuck in the car.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Palukundo.
Don't you remember? Do you remember?
Palukundo.
Very not
You
sexual.
couldn't drive.
Balukundo. I wanted it to be more sexual.
Palukundo, baby.
Futek. Anyway, so when I got to where I was going, my friend was not yet there. And this girl who is a fan saw me. And I was worried about my friend because there were like hundreds of meters of cars. And my friend was trying to get into the venue and she was walking alone in the dark. So while I'm trying to navigate directions to her, this girl just comes and jumps on me. I'm such a huge fan. And I'm like, thank you, but like not right now. Big Booty is lost and she's freaking out. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't think I want to have this conversation right now. So please step aside. Then she goes, you don't have to do that. And she's like holding me in my neck. I'm like, please move away. Then she moves away. She goes, you don't have to do that. I'm like, I have to do that. The whole time I'm still on a phone call. Yeah. And then she goes, Allah, you're not that famous anyway. Loudly. And now all these majam and junkie.
They're banging. What's going on here?
May I tell people that in life we need to have boundaries, whether it's in relationships, whether it's in friendship, and whether it's in social settings.
Yeah.
Me, I'm the kind of person who I do not want people to step into my personal space when I am not ready to, because I am socially anxious as well.
Okay.
You know? And people don't understand that.
Yeah, I've actually seen that about you.
Mika?
Spare move on to you. Don't really know.
Then people end up saying, oh, you are so mean, you're so rude. But
she's not rude. She's actually a very sweet girl, but one son is on.
It's called social anxiety. The problem also we have then it goes back to mental health. In Zambia, people want to make it seem that when you are experiencing or you're going through something, it's a umusungu problem.
Yeah, or msungu but
social me links.
Wait too man. What G so? Na iko hapo te?
How?
I don't know. I just can't put it to
links. All my life I've been called a msungu. I've been called an Oreo all my life.
Yes.
It's not a nice word to describe somebody who has set personal boundaries. You have too much chivalicious people sometimes.
Yeah?
Even you accept chivalry and you think it's the norm.
It's not accepting relation.
It is.
There are certain people who do not know how to contain themselves when they see you. I've experienced that. Especially maybe at shopping malls. You find this person very excited to see you. And I would maybe brush them off some time back. But now I've realized that you can't control what someone is feeling in that moment. So you just have to embrace it.
What if it's like me? My grandmother is over 100 years old. She's in the hospice, man. And she's been dying for the last 6 months.
And she's recovering, but she's doing much better now.
Alongo, I want to read some story situations.
Let's listen.
I'm looking at the time because I know where we're starting. We got like 30 minutes.
Yeah, man.
We have
Shimikad.
We have Shimikad.
So I talk a lot when I'm sober.
Yuka, I feel like I'm talking a lot more than you are today.
And then you thought you didn't talk much.
I'm talking more. You're supposed to control me.
No.
That
this
you
is
see,
why you're here.
How can you control me
I can't.
This is the whole conversation we have about women and men.
Your role in this in this arrangement is for you to talk. To talk. I'm learning from you. You understand? You chat a span.
Me?
So I'm learning from you.
I shoot a span.
Where there are people who talk a lot in the world, you're number one.
But you are always talking all the time.
Here, I talk here.
You know the people who have said that you and I are very much alike.
No.
They actually give comparisons like Stu is linked in a female version.
Me, it's here.
What is it?
I talk more here.
You text,
Now
but
you
then when you meet
double.
in person,
Yes, I rarely talk. I
do
just
you
want
find
to
that
drink.
irritating?
What?
Me talking?
I love it.
No, you don't.
I do, actually.
You don't.
Who told you I don't?
You don't like it. You don't. I think you don't like it.
I'll tell you how much
You
I like
are
it.
lying.
I'll tell you how much I like
You
it.
will not
Behind the
even tell
scenes.
me anything.
Behind the scenes.
You don't.
Okay?
Hmm?
I'll tell you I like it so much. You have no idea. Read. Read your story.
These are the situations of the day.
Uh-huh.
I just summarized everything so that we don't get into all these story
Yeah,
build-ups. This one says, the first one is it okay for me to settle down with a man who makes way less money than me?
That's what we were discussing earlier on.
Yeah.
Not so.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's really about the dynamics, manje.
It's
how you guys
relative.
understand each other.
Yeah.
Because if you really love that person, I don't think their financial statement should really come into play. If he's trying his best to at least handle one or two bills, I think it's fine. If you have a problem, now we enter the chat where she's at work. Then her workmates, their partners, are earning more and they are rich and whatnot. So she becomes maybe the talk of the office. Maybe they even start shoveling her and whatnot. So that's where she starts getting that inferiority complex. Not because she doesn't love her man, but because of the external pressure that's coming. You see?
It goes to the conversation we had earlier on how sometimes women, because of the way gender roles have flipped, women are making more money than men. And then you find yourself in a situation where, as a woman, you're ready to settle down, but the man is not ready to settle down because he's not made it. He's not reaching there. So now you decide that it's time for you to get married, and you sort of contribute to your own lobola. Why is it then that you, as a man who is unable to provide for your woman, is making such a big deal of her paying partial lobola?
So I remember what you said. You said time is running out.
Time is running out. My eggs
If
are
that
drying.
man says, we can't go forward, we cannot, I can't reach your home because I don't have that money. He knows he's not ready for marriage. So what you're trying to do now is force him into a union that might actually vote her. You paying for your own lobola is a problem on its own. Okay, maybe it's not much of a big deal, but maybe he's trying to take his time and he's saying it politely to you. Wait, he's still trying to think about it. But then the pressure that you're getting from your family has made you now. They're even telling you, no, you guys have been together for more than 4 years. We've not even seen him approach our home, Shanshani. Don't let external, even how to explain, I don't know. Like you two, you know each other.
Yes, you know your dynamic.
Exactly, but you're letting other people influence your pace. If you want to have kids and you're scared of a biological clock, don't understand. Because this is happening with people 30 and over. They're the ones who are worried. You even pour out a loan to fund your own lobola and your own wedding. And personally, if my wife did that, I'd be very offended.
You would be offended if you, as a man, for 2 years, you finally say, I want to marry this girl.
Yeah.
Then this girl takes you to her family. And then Kulia, they pingula you.
Echi wild sound.
Echi 40 pin, for instance. You have been struggling somebody for the last 3 years. Baby, when are you going to make that money to marry me? How long? Wait. 1, when are you going to make that money to marry me? 2, how long must I work for you to get your act together so you can finally reach home to marry me.
It's not about getting your act together.
It's about what?
If you are feeling I'm doing things at a slow pace, you can gladly leave. Find a man who's ready for you. Because there's no way in hell you make it seem like my struggling is my fault, my incapability or my inability to buy you from your family is my fault. No. So if you think I'm doing things in slow motion, until maybe things get better.
But you're comfortable enough to eat everything I give you, to get every money that I give you. I am not saying that I'm giving you just so
You're
that
talking about
I could make you feel less like a man. You know what I mean? It's different, but like we always tend to ignore the sacrifices that women in such unions make. Like me, if I'm dating a man who's not making as much money as me, he's not taking me to places I want to go to. I am adapting to his situation.
Yeah, but if you've got your own money to go, just
No. But that is not the solution. You know, at the end of the day, you want to feel like I am not a man because my girlfriend is doing A, B, C, D, E, when she is also sacrificing her own personal comforts to accommodate you and your unemployed behind. You're a nice guy, Links. Like, for instance, you're a nice guy, right? And I like you because you're a nice guy.
For instance, me, I'm not a nice guy.
No, okay, Links, for instance. Okay, Links, Nje. You're a nice guy, right?
Thank you so much.
I like you for who you are. But where you are, the budgets are not budgeting. The math is not mathing. And as a woman, sometimes we overlook those things and decide to say, you know what, I must stick beside this guy. But then the problem becomes when you let your ego get the best of you in the relationship. Just because I am paying for dates, I am paying for this, I'm paying for that. All of a sudden you don't feel man enough. But where you are unable to, you have had potential for 15 years. Brother, you are an aspiring rapper in 2024.
Then there is a problem.
And you were born in 1986. That is a problem. Why do you want women to just say, this man, when he decides to say he wants to marry me, it's going to be a thing. If I want to marry me, he won't marry me.
So that's where the one day comes in. But then if you keep noticing that things are not happening for you, switch. You see, it's about trying out different things, but you keep doing the same thing, and it's not yielding you any results.
Who was that? It was Isaac Newton who said.
At what?
There's that famous saying. Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results?
Well, it's one of these same scientists. But then it worked for most of them. The light bulb guy, was it Edison? He kept trying, failed 1,000 times, kept trying, you see, a kind of thing. So I can't take advice from those people. They kept doing the same stuff.
I hate you for making me squint.
Let's look at the other scenario. So how have we ended with this girl?
This girl,
should she feel bad about her situation?
I think, like, listen, if you know your man is not making as much money as you and you consciously decided to be in that relationship, do not play victim. You knew from the onset that this guy is like this and you decide to choose that burden. Go with it, carry your cross. What do you think?
But yeah, if he's a trying guy and you can actually see that he's actually trying, and then where you are not feeling, he's able to feel us. Give him a chance.
You can.
Give him a chance.
This other one is talking about boundaries and responsibility. She says, God said we should cry. Oh, it came on my face. Is it okay for me to marry a man with children when I do not have any? This man wants us to settle down together and share responsibilities, but I have noticed a chunk of his money is going to his kids, and yet he expects us to split 50-50.
She's going to be a terrible stepmother, that one.
Huh? No. This one, I read this. Listen, let me explain this scenario for you. You're a man. You got children. You had a relationship, maybe it failed, or you had a baby mama, and this your baby mama. Things did not work out, right? And then you meet somebody new, and things are going seriously, and you decide the best thing is to split 50-50.
Yeah.
Her concern, I think her concern is valid. You've got 2 children. A chunk of your money is going to your children and not to your spouse. Even when you're building a life together, right? At the end of the day, your children are benefiting the majority of your wealth, but he still expects you to put in your 50%. At the end of the day, he is investing in his posterity, but not you.
Yes, I didn't finish talking.
Talk.
Where I said that she's going to be a bad stepmother. She's already complaining even before she's moved in. So there's going to be that conflict now between her and the kids. Also, if the kids are about her age or older, it's going to be difficult.
Younger. Okay, let's say younger.
The kids
Like
are
when now
young.
you've got, let's just say younger.
The deal with this woman, that's Wes. Why is she here? She's replaced Mami. So it takes a very long time for them to mentally align with that situation. So she has to have a very big heart. The only problem I'm seeing with the gentleman is the 50-50 thing. Where she has to come in. He makes good money, and then the big chunks are going to the kids,
Yeah.
You see? And then he's not giving her anything, but the idea is to split. I think that's a problem.
That's where the problem is for me.
Yeah, so I think conflict will be there at the end of the day, because she sounds jealous of where the money is going. So once they move in now into that family home, there's going to be a lot of enmity, and that's a big problem.
But then, is it jealousy or is it her gauging?
No, those are her concerns. But then it will come off as jealousy to people who are not in her situation.
So when you've got 2 children, you are taking them to the most expensive schools in Osaka, right? Or the most expensive schools in the country.
Yeah. Go on.
You're taking them. Links. Like if you. You're taking them to the most. Touch again. You're taking them to the most expensive schools in the country, right? And you are paying such a huge chunk of money to those institutions, but you still want you still want to make sure that the household is running effectively. Food is there, the maid is paid for, gardeners are paid for, blah, 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 blah. It is not a fair situation, because at the end of the day, those children who are biologically yours are your children. You get it?
Also, I think attention on children. Who's going to get the most attention? Because that woman she's a gen set at this moment. When that man is short on money, he wants her to come in.
Exactly.
And that's a whole big problem.
Exactly. So do you think, like, when people are like, there's a relationship and there's a dynamic, right? And the man and woman in the relationship are working. Do you think that the man is supposed to take care of all the bills, and then what remains is what is left for the woman to take care of? Or do you think that we should split 50-50?
Let the man take care of the major bills. Rentals, school fees. The woman can chip in maybe with groceries.
I disagree with you.
Why? Because
that is the reason why we have a lot of men dropping dead and dying from hypertension and other blood pressure related issues. Because
I give my personal stance. I don't know how people live in their homes.
You as a man do not necessarily have to take over everything. And for me as a feminist, that is why people do not like feminists, but we're also pro-male. You as a man do not have to feel like you have to take care, to do everything just because you're a man and you've got testicles. That is why I've heard a lot of stories these days of a lot of men just dropping dead and dying.
Pressure is there, yes, that's true. So
because if your woman is capable of taking care of some of the things in your household, she should do that. You do not have to feel less of a man.
And Nanga, those women who have nothing going for them, they don't work, no business.
This is the third story of the day. She says, we are currently, this is a man, by the way. He says, we are currently a one-income household, with me working while my wife does not work. Things are hard, and I've decided that maybe we have to give the maid a break so she can take care of the household chores while I am at work. But she says that she does not want to let go of the maid. So what should we do about this situation? Because I do not understand why she is staying at home the whole day, but the maid is doing all the chores, I feel like I am taking the shorter hand of the stick.
That doesn't make sense. Nchawole simkazi. Oh, yeah, sorry. You see, I'm not even drinking. It would have been worse.
People be
No,
laughing.
that is not sounding nice. That sounds very unfair. Do something to balance up the household. You're not contributing financially.
Yeah.
At least gwira ko apa. Now you see, it's become expensive. I get upset. This topic. It's become expensive for him to pay the maid when he's got a wife who just eats
Sits at home.
and watch TikToks.
It's gone from Telemundos to TikToks now.
Yeah.
I remember it just back then it was like, my wife just spends all the time watching Africa Magic or Telemundo.
This is not fair.
Yeah.
This man can fall. He's complaining. He needed someone to vent when he came through. Hoping that the wife would see that, because it's like he can't tell her. None can.
Face to face.
If you don't have a job, whether it's in a relationship or you're married, and your man keeps doing everything, at least compliment him somehow. Do something. Because these people think sex balances everything. The same sex,
and it's average.
you know, sex is a two-way thing.
Yeah.
You're not doing me a favor. You're giving me, I'm also giving you. You understand?
Yeah.
So they think that is a gift. These are no, on your birthday, I'll give you.
I give you the nanny.
They play.
Ah.
That's nonsense, you see. So maybe that is what she brings to the table. A chop. Now you find this man is tired. He doesn't even want that chop. He's stressed out.
He just needs somebody to be there to help him 50-50.
There's no 50-50 there.
There's
That's
no
100-0. You see?
Like if you are at home the whole day, why aren't you helping your man
It's
out?
the same agendas you feminists are pushing.
Ah.
They shine at what? Women should not be in the kitchen. Shine is a stereotype. It's what? They shouldn't sweep. They shouldn't do what? Guys, those are things that we've grown up with. Our mothers grew up and everything was okay. Things are falling apart in this century because we're taking up ideologies from the Western culture. A woman has been known to help out mukichen and chores at home. If mama made number, manje. So now this man has run out of shackles to pay the maid. Then this hand, because of her long nails, she does not want to work.
You didn't know that my nails were long when you were wanting me?
No, my boy thought his funds would be okay. Maybe he also thought she would have a job to help him out. But okay, no malice. There are people who deliberately marry slay queens. Those are lazy people.
The men or the slave
Slay
queens?
queens. Slay queens believe men owe them money just for existing.
They're entitled to a man's money
Exactly.
for breathing.
I know 3. Your days are numbered. So you see, that's a problem. So with this man, I'm just hoping he can just tell the maid properly. Like, madam, panondrama zavuta. Ngati mufuna kunkala, awanje wazamilipilirani. Maybe that's going to work out. Seeing as this one is almost pampamina that let the maid stay. Let her take up the responsibility of paying her. Because the man clearly is struggling. His voice, I can feel it. I've been through that situation before. It's not nice.
I think that when you are starting a relationship and you understand each other's financial dynamics, you have to work within the confinements of those dynamics without you a month, 2 months later just like, I don't want to do that anymore. If you like, I think like some men, right? Like me, I've been called a bro because I'm a tamanga, I'm a hustler. I do what? You want somebody who is a little bit more petite, more feminine, but this is somebody who is bringing nothing to the table. They're bringing nothing to, the relationship. And you expect them, when you get frustrated, to pull their weight in the relationship when they've never had weight to begin with.
Yeah.
And then you start complaining to us. And I'm like, why? But the thing for me, I feel that is wrong is, this mic is on my... The thing for me that I have to screw it. I haven't screwed in a while.
Yeah.
Look at that. The thing for me that I feel is wrong, right, is that when men pick women up who have got no financial standing to their name, you bring them into their house and expect them then to flip and then become these money hustlers. When you picked her and she was like, I deserve the princess treatment, you are the problem. You should not expect these women to then, at the end of the day,
Change.
do things for you that you knew from the onset they're not going to do. You dug your grave, you lie in it.
Oh, sometimes it's pretense. You only
It's
get to know
pretense.
someone when
You're
they move
in.
with you.
Yeah.
Oh,
That is true.
be asking me.
I totally believe that as well. Like sometimes people pretend, they hide their true agenda. Yeah. But then if you're a man and you decide to pursue a woman who's making more money than you, you have to accept that she's making more money than you.
Yeah.
You do not have to give your male dominance onto her to be submissive when you knew who she was when you were approaching her.
The get go. Yeah. Anyway, I think for this gentleman, he, as being the head of the house, let him just let the maid go. Fiara is over. If he can come back home and find the house in a mess, no food has been cooked, house hasn't, then he has every right to take her back to her family.
Yeah.
On moral grounds, he has every right. She has to go back. Yeah, because what is she doing in the house? That's dead weight. No, that's dead weight. Do something at least. If you can't provide, if you can't do anything, like financially, the least you can do is pick up a cooking stick and cook me a meal. Au ndio akunda nankani manankani ma take away.
Would you be comfortable dating a woman that makes more money than you?
I told you. You asked me that question. I told you it's okay. But then I'll feel like something. I'll be like, ish. I told you my balls would shrink. But then I would still be there for her. She's my wife.
So you want women to rise up to...
No, I'm not saying that. You're asking me my personal
I'm asking, no, I'm doing a follow-up question.
Eh?
So you expect women to rise up to their to rise up to the occasion based on your potential?
No, not even.
If you are 30-something-year-old and you have not met your potential, and you meet this woman who is already living her truth and her potential, your balls are still going to shrivel?
Yeah, they will.
Is it her fault that you've taken long to pick?
Yeah, no, so I'll choose not to. Let me try next door. I'll choose not to.
That's why you men end up you end up dating younger women.
The young women
Because
actually
younger
earn more.
women are privy to your...
Why are we using my my life as an
You
example?
are welcome to
That
use
is
mine.
me.
You never use mine. Why aren't
That
you using
is
mine?
me. I've said no.
You've said no.
We can be together. But if you are earning more money than me, obviously, kula bakari yaka, the tail folds a bit. Because it's even hard to raise your voice at her. She will answer you a penalty.
Who paid the electricity?
It
It is not you.
Baby, we've exhausted everything.
We've exhausted everything.
Yeah, I think follow-up issues of similar nature. What was those topics you're talking about? The ones that we're supposed to touch in that week?
The next week.
Uh-huh.
So, starting from, I think, the 25th of November, it's 16 days of activism against gender-based violence.
Okay.
So I think as a podcast and as two people who are very in touch with society, we should talk about situations that make it difficult for women to actually speak out, leave abusive relationships, and also just decide to say, this is me and I'm going to go. So I personally, I know I'm dragging you into this and I'm sorry, but I know that as somebody who knows you and loves you the way you are, I know that you're somebody who's going to be part of this conversation. We need to share. I'm going to curate a whole composition of dialogue and conversations with women who have actually survived gender-based violence.
Okay.
I think we should have a discussion about that because it's something that is global. And as a podcast that's brand new, we should address those issues because a lot of people are going through things and they do not have people to...
They're afraid to speak
They're
out.
afraid to speak out. So, the 16 days of gender activism as the Cheesy and Chills podcast, we're going to commemorate that because at the end of the day, this is somebody's mother, somebody's sister, somebody's friend, somebody's neighbor. And as much as we like to have chills and cheers, we also believe that we need to look out for each other.
And you know, with GBV, people think it's just done to women.
Yeah.
Men also go through GBV. in the home.
Exactly.
It could be verbally or physically.
Mm.
GBV is GBV. Abuse is abuse. So these are things that we're trying to highlight
Yeah.
on this podcast
Yeah.
from the 25th.
From the 25th,
Yeah.
that week, this week, and the other week, we're going to focus on stories of change, stories of hope, and stories of perseverance. Because at the end of the day, it's everybody's role to ensure that people's voices are heard, whether you're male or female. And that's why we are here. So
We're here for you, fam.
that's what we're doing. So
Had
you need to
fun today,
wrap
baby.
us. You need to wrap us up today. I like it when you're on top.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We had fun.
Yeah.
I had fun personally.
Yeah.
You've been a great co-host. You've been a darling. Ule came over.
As the man, you
All
can
right,
tell me
guys.
what to
This
do.
was your third. This was our third.
Third
Chezzy and
episode,
Chills
Chezzy and
podcast.
Chills,
And there's more coming.
Follow us on our socials, and also please make sure that you follow us for now on TikTok. If you have anything to say, send it to Links, send it to Stu, and we'll definitely share notes. And we really appreciate the feedback, because for me, May 2025, I want Chezzy and Chills to be the best podcast in the country. Cheers.
One time, guys.
We
Until
are
next time.
done.
Chezzy.
Go how many minutes? Boobies! Yeah. How was it?